United have already failed with two bids for the England international, the second of which was worth 50 million. But Everton have long stood firm on their asking price of 70 million, comparing the 22-year-old to the likes of Harry Maguire, Wesley Fofana, and Josko Gvardiol's recent transfers. It was suggested that Everton's stance could soften following confirmation that a second round of takeover talks, this time with the Friedkin Group, had collapsed. But despite the urgent need for significant investment, the Toffees are not expected to lower their demands. Now, Fabrizio Romano states Everton are looking to end this saga once and for all with the offer of a new contract. Everton remain adamant that Branthwaite will only be allowed to leave for a huge sum, but want to show their commitment to his development by tying the center-back down to a bumper new contract. Everton's firm asking price, coupled with Branthwaite's suggestion that he is already looking forward to the future with the Toffees, could force United to look elsewhere in their search for a second center-back signing of the summer. Having already secured the signature of Lenny Yoro from Lille, United are now reported to have turned their attention back to Matthijs de Ligt, with reports suggesting the Red Devils have already failed with a 35 million €29.5 bid for Dutch international. Bayern want 50 million €, 42.1 million, to part ways with de Ligt, which will force United into a decision. While a deal for the Bayern man would require a smaller transfer fee, it could prove more expensive in terms of agents' fees, while de Ligt's wage demands would undoubtedly be greater than those requested by Branthwaite. United are believed to need to sell players first before being able to make any further moves in the transfer market, with the likes of Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof among those facing uncertain futures. Chelsea could finally part ways with forgotten defender Malang Sarr, with reports in France alleging a permanent exit is close to being agreed. Sarr joined Chelsea on a free transfer in the summer of 2020 and was widely seen as a major bargain after several impressive years in League One with Nice. However, an immediate loan to Porto saw him relegated to the reserve side, and his career is yet to reignite. The 25-year-old spent the entirety of last season out in the cold at Chelsea after failing to find another suitor to take him on loan, but Foot Mercado states Sarr could finally be heading for pastures new this summer. It is claimed that Sarr's return to League One with Lens is imminent after agreeing a 2-year contract with the French side. There is no mention of any transfer fee to Chelsea, who held talks over terminating Sarr's $100,000 a week contract in January. Sarr, who has 21 appearances for Chelsea to his name, had agreed to terminate his contract and join Le Havre earlier this year. But club director Mathieu Bodmer later claimed the Blues withdrew their offer at the last second for unknown reasons. What they did to him was disgraceful, Bodmer said. With just a few details still to be worked out, they did a U-turn. They gave the youngster the go-ahead to travel, and a financial agreement had been reached for the 18 months of his remaining contract at Chelsea. However, on several occasions, they went back on their agreement and then gave it again. And once the player had agreed to make a big effort to come to us on a tiny salary just to play football, they blocked him. Everything was okay. The contract had even been submitted to the league, LFP, but we never received Chelsea's cancellation. In the end, they just told him he wouldn't be leaving, and they didn't even answer the phone anymore. Arsenal's move to sign Bologna. Center-back Riccardo Calafiori could be complicated by a new legal dispute between the defender's two previous clubs, reports in Italy claim. It emerged last week that Arsenal had struck a deal to sign Calafiori for around 38 million, 45.1 million, with the Gunners also agreeing to a sell-on clause to tempt Bologna into parting ways with a player who played a key role in their securing of Champions League football. Calafiori's former employers Basel are entitled to 50% of that fee as part of their deal to sell Calafiori to Bologna for 4 million in the summer of 2023. But that clause could actually prove problematic for the Swiss side. Italian publication La Gazzetta dello Sport report that sell-on clause is now the subject of a legal battle between Basel and Calafiori's boyhood side Roma, who also believe they are entitled to a significant share of the final sum. Roma sold Calafiori to Basel for 2.5 million in 2022 and secured a 40% sell-on clause, which yielded an extra 1.5 when the Italian defender made the move to Bologna last year. Roma, however, believe their clause should also include a percentage of the money Bologna receive from their own sell-on clause. Bologna stand to earn at least 19 mos, 22.6 mos, and Roma want 40% of that fee, a further 7.6 mos, 9 umpas. The legal proceedings should not prove too problematic for Arsenal, who only have to complete their payment to Bologna to get a deal over the line. Bologna, however, must agree terms with Basel, whose issue with Roma has threatened to complicate Arsenal's plan to bolster their defense this summer. Should Arsenal complete Calafiori's signing, he will become the team's second signing of the summer, following the move which saw goalkeeper David Raya's loan from Brentford become permanent. A new forward is also believed to be on the wish list for Arsenal, who are known admirers of Athletic Club winger Nico Williams, a player the club's supporters overwhelmingly voted in favor of signing in a recent 90-min poll.
Former Italy defender Leonardo Bonucci has backed Antonio Conte to make Napoli one of the main contenders in Serie A next season. Conte returned to management after a 15-month absence by signing a 3-year contract with the Partenopei last month. Napoli won the Scudetto in 2022-23 with 5 games to spare after storming to the title, but followed that up by finishing 10th last season, outside the extended European places. After Luciano Spalletti's departure in 2023, the club went through 3 head coaches last season, with both Rudy Garcia and Walter Mazzarri being fired before Francesco Calzona oversaw the last few months of their underwhelming title challenge. Gianluigi Buffon believes Napoli will finish in the top 2 this season, and Bonucci agreed with his former Juventus teammate that Conte will make all the difference. And Napoli couldn't have made a better choice after the year they've had, Bonucci told Sky Italia. They've taken on a world-class coach. He teaches you everything about football and gives you the right knowledge. The squad is strong and full of quality. Being able to work with them all week, Conte will do really well. Conte's first competitive game in charge of Napoli will be their Coppa Italia tie against Modena on August 10th. If you are new to my sports channel, subscribe and become a family. If you are a family, don't forget to like and share until we meet in another video.